Fortresses preside over the rugged shores of a small island in the middle of the Irish Sea. This unlikely location was the birthplace of a medieval empire that lasted 200 years, ruled by a dynasty of sea kings. Godric Craven, a notorious warlord descended from Irish and Viking rulers, was the first of these kings. Beginning in 1079, God consolidated power over the Isle of Man and the Hebrides, a group of islands off Scotland's west coast. He took control of vital sea routes connecting the British Isles, Scandinavia, and the North Atlantic. Following Godric's death, a turbulent period marked by invasions from Norway and Ireland, as well as intense feuding among princes, but his descendants held onto power, building coastal fortresses, roving the seaways, engaging in epic battles, and consolidating control over an impressive maritime kingdom. The inhabitants of this kingdom had both Gaelic and Norse ancestors, and many of them most likely spoke both languages. The Manx people were those who lived on the Isle of Man. Those in the Hebrides were referred to as islanders or people of the Isles. We still don't know exactly how many there were. We do know that this relatively small group had a disproportionate impact on the region. Perched on cliffs with sweeping views and safe harbors, seaside fortresses assisted the kings in controlling shipping commerce and resources. Observing this prowess, the empire commanded vast fleets of Viking-style longships for trading, raiding, and plundering the seas. Several neighboring rulers sought their assistance. Rosenwald and Olaf, two brothers, each resolved neighboring and maritime issues. King Rodewald provided military support to the Scottish king, and King Olaf's forces served as a coast guard for King Henry of England. The demand for a hefty fee. The Sea Kings sparred with their powerful neighbors as well, but their most bitter rivalry was with another dynasty in their own isles, a line of rulers in the Hebrides. Summer, a chieftain of this line, defeated the Manx king, his brother-in-law, in a naval battle in the 1150s and formed a rival kingdom of the Isles, fracturing the Old Kingdom. This sparked a century-long rivalry for control of the seaways between Somerlet's line, who ruled the southern and central Hybrids, and the Manx kings, who ruled the Isle of Man and the northern Hebrides. Family feuds frequently escalated into minor civil wars. In the novel 1223 King Road, the father commands his son to murder his uncle Olaf. When Olaf learned of the plot, he launched a vicious attack on his nephew, blinding and mutilating him after his death. Several years later, it was discovered that the letter ordering the attack had been forged. The Manx kings attempted to settle disputes at tin-walled and open-air fortresses. Parliament was centered on a mound, where assemblies ruled on justice and other matters. Such locations were commonly used in the Viking world to settle disputes ranging from local to king-related. These meetings did not always go as planned. Violence flared up from time to time, and in 1237, two rival factions squabbled to the point of breaking up the assembly at Tinwald. The four-tiered mound at Tinwald still stands, and the modern Manx parliament meets annually. In 1248, King Harold of Man died in a shipwreck, and his brother took his place. A rebel knight assassinated the new king just weeks into his reign. His brother Magnus died without an heir in 1265 at Castle Rushen. According to one scribe, his death marked the end of kingship in Scotland, which annexed Man and the Isles the following year. We know about the exploits of the Sea Kings in 1266, primarily through a chronicle written by Christian scribes living on the Isle of Man and praise poems composed to commemorate the king's victories today. Although the Sea Kings are long gone, their imprint on the landscape remains. We're talking about Viking longships, the most influential technology of the Middle Ages. Find out how this humble boat helped build and demolish empires. Using this video.